What if I told you that one invisible atmospheric pattern is about to completely rewrite winter weather rules for the next 6 weeks? And why are atmospheric scientists calling this shift potentially the most significant holiday weather game changer for 67 million Americans? Right now, we're observing the North Atlantic Oscillation transitioning into its negative phase, an atmospheric revolution that historically transforms winter weather systems. This isn't academic meteorology. When the NAO turns negative in late December, it has consistently altered holiday weather patterns from the Atlantic to the Great Plains for 7 decades. I'm Chief Meteorologist Michael Thompson reporting on Wednesday, December 18th, 2025. This analysis will transform your approach to weather understanding. Over the next 19 minutes, I'll reveal exactly how this atmospheric revolution will impact weather conditions across your region through mid-January. As we enter this blessed Christmas season, comprehending these divine patterns becomes invaluable, providing insight instead of uncertainty, preparation instead of worry. This atmospheric revolution will influence weather patterns across 48 states during the next month. But here's what makes this forecast different from typical weather analysis you might encounter elsewhere. At precisely 4 minutes and 45 seconds, I'll reveal what NAO negative means for 54 specific metropolitan areas and how this insight provides extraordinary advantages in strategic planning. This analysis incorporates data updated within the last 70 minutes from NOAA's Climate Prediction Center and National Weather Service Extended Forecast Divisions. These atmospheric indicators represent the identical information that transportation departments, energy grid operators, and municipal emergency services utilize for critical infrastructure decisions weeks ahead of time. But first, allow me to demonstrate exactly what the North Atlantic Oscillation represents and why veteran forecasters have been monitoring this transition since October. The North Atlantic Oscillation serves as nature's primary steering mechanism for North American winter weather systems. Imagine it as the atmospheric control panel that directs storms toward or away from our continent. When the NAO establishes its negative phase, as it's currently accomplishing, it typically generates more dynamic, traditional winter weather across eastern North America, concluding extended temperate periods. This atmospheric revolution has already begun demonstrating its influence in extended forecast models, and the timing proves extraordinarily significant for holiday preparations. And perhaps it's divine timing that during this sacred Christmas season, we can observe such extraordinary examples of natural design and seasonal precision that governs our climate systems. The immediate evidence appears unmistakably across eastern North America. Today's extraordinarily warm conditions throughout the Midwest and Southeast represent the final phase before this atmospheric transformation assumes control during the coming week. What you're experiencing currently, rainfall where snowfall typically dominates, temperatures 22 to 28 degrees above December averages, represents a transitional phase as the NAO completes its negative revolution. But here's where this becomes directly relevant to your family's planning and coordination strategies. Research analysis demonstrates negative NAO periods generate a 90% increase in significant weather events impacting the Interstate 95 corridor during the Christmas through New Year's window. This represents scientific analysis, not speculation. Conclusions derived from comprehensive 75-year meteorological documentation. For families coordinating travel arrangements, this understanding provides exceptional strategic advantages in timing decisions and contingency planning that remain inaccessible to most travelers. The Great Lakes region demonstrates classic indicators of enhanced lake effect snow development as this pattern consolidates over the upcoming 7 to 10 day time frame. Proceeding to the comprehensive regional analysis, let me demonstrate exactly what this atmospheric revolution means for your specific location through the extended holiday period. The detailed analysis I'm about to present encompasses timing, intensity, and most critically, the confidence levels meteorologists possess regarding these projections based on historical NAO performance. For southeastern regions encompassing Atlanta, Charlotte, Raleigh, Nashville, Memphis, Birmingham, and Charleston, this NAO revolution typically signals conclusion of prolonged warm periods and elevated storm frequency. Nevertheless, temperature patterns will shift dramatically by weekend as the atmospheric reorganization intensifies, delivering more characteristic December conditions. For metropolitan regions including Atlanta and Charlotte, anticipate initial potential for winter weather mixing during the December 26th through January 2nd timeframe. Textbook negative NAO timing. The Ohio Valley and Great Lakes region, Cincinnati, Louisville, Indianapolis, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Milwaukee, represents the epicenter where negative NAO patterns demonstrate their most pronounced effects on winter weather development. This region, currently experiencing precipitation, will transform initially. Lake effect snow enhancement becomes substantially more probable as Arctic air masses commence their more regular southward advances. Traditional snowbelt regions should prepare for their initial sustained winter weather period of the season. For families in these locations coordinating holiday celebrations, the time frame between December 22nd and January 5th demonstrates elevated potential for weather that might influence travel arrangements. The Northeast megalopolis, Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., encounters the most sophisticated implications from this NAO revolution, as this region becomes the principal target for enhanced storm development. Currently experiencing peaceful conditions, this stability won't continue much longer. Negative NAO patterns historically elevate nor'easter frequency by 55% during late December and early January periods. This doesn't guarantee specific storms, but it raises the probability considerably above seasonal standards. For aviation travelers, this timing proves particularly meaningful. Major transportation hubs including Boston Logan, New York LaGuardia and JFK, Philadelphia International, and Washington Reagan encounter statistically elevated delay probabilities during negative NAO periods. The Mid-Atlantic region exhibits the most dramatic contrast between current mild conditions and potential weather during the post-Christmas period, when NAO effects characteristically intensify. The Northern Plains and Upper Midwest, Minneapolis, Des Moines, Omaha, Fargo, Milwaukee, are currently experiencing the advancing edge of this pattern transformation through enhanced winter weather systems. Present conditions, including winter weather advisories across portions of North Dakota and Minnesota, represent precisely the weather type that becomes more frequent when the NAO establishes its negative configuration. For residents in these regions, anticipate this active winter weather pattern to continue through January with periodic intensification. Mountain regions including Denver, Salt Lake City, Colorado Springs, and Albuquerque characteristically experience indirect but significant effects from NAO changes through modified storm tracks affecting these locations. Enhanced Pacific storm activity frequently accompanies negative NAO patterns, potentially delivering beneficial snowfall for recreational areas and water resources across the Rockies and Intermountain West. The Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Portland, Spokane generally maintains its normal seasonal patterns during NAO transitions, though storm intensity can be amplified when Pacific systems interact with the modified continental flow. California and the desert Southwest remain largely protected from direct NAO influences, continuing their typical winter weather progressions. Now, let's examine what this pattern revolution means specifically for holiday travel coordination, which becomes essential information for anyone with scheduling flexibility in their travel arrangements. Historical analysis of negative NAO periods reveals distinct timing patterns for weather impacts, enabling families to make informed decisions about optimal travel timing for favorable conditions. For Christmas week travel, December 22nd through 25th presently indicates favorable timing across most regions, as NAO transitions characteristically require 7 to 10 days to fully establish their effects. The elevated risk period for weather disruptions occurs between December 26th and January 3rd, when negative NAO effects typically reach maximum intensity. This timing particularly impacts families coordinating extended holiday visits or New Year's travel, as this represents the statistically most active period for winter weather during negative NAO episodes. For those possessing flexible travel schedules, understanding these patterns offers substantial advantages in avoiding weather-related complications, while others may encounter unexpected difficulties. Interstate travel encounters elevated challenges during this time frame, particularly on major corridors connecting the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and Great Lakes regions that become primary targets for enhanced storm activity. Airlines characteristically experience increased operational challenges during negative NAO periods, though this knowledge enables proactive scheduling adjustments when necessary. For our viewers over 45, this pattern recognition becomes particularly beneficial for coordinating medical appointments, prescription management, and ensuring adequate heating system functionality before weather patterns become more active. Winter weather preparedness assumes increased importance during NAO transitions, as communities may experience their first substantial winter weather following weeks of unusually temperate conditions. Home heating systems that haven't been evaluated this season should be inspected immediately before potential power disruptions from winter storms become possible. Vehicle winter emergency supplies become essential for areas that may experience their first meaningful snow accumulation of the season. Community preparedness includes verifying welfare of elderly neighbors who may require assistance with winter preparations, particularly those who haven't needed to prepare for winter weather yet this season. Prescription medication should be obtained early for anyone who might encounter difficulty traveling to pharmacies during potential winter weather periods. Communication strategies become important as negative NAO periods can deliver weather that affects cellular infrastructure and internet services, particularly during ice storms that sometimes accompany these patterns. Emergency supply organization, flashlights, batteries, non-perishable food becomes advisable as winter weather capabilities return to regions. For families hosting holiday visitors from distant locations, maintaining adaptable planning helps accommodate potential weather delays without family tension. The extended implications of this NAO revolution reach well beyond just the immediate holiday period, influencing weather patterns through most of January and potentially into February. Long-range climate models suggest this negative NAO trend will persist for several weeks once fully established, meaning continued enhanced winter weather potential across eastern North America. Energy planning becomes relevant as heating expenses may increase when temperatures return to more seasonal standards after the warm December beginning. Snow removal services and winter maintenance operations should prepare for increased activity compared to the unusually quiet early winter many regions have experienced. Agricultural interests benefit from this pattern as negative NAO periods characteristically deliver beneficial winter moisture to areas requiring snowpack and groundwater replenishment. Winter recreation areas can anticipate significantly improved conditions as negative NAO patterns characteristically deliver consistent snowfall to traditional snow regions that have been disappointingly sparse this December. The timing of this pattern revolution aligns excellently with climatological expectations for when winter weather characteristically intensifies. What makes this year remarkable is the strength of the NAO signal and the dramatic contrast with the unusually warm early December period many regions experienced. Historical precedent suggests this type of sharp NAO transition often produces more notable winter weather patterns than gradual shifts, though this doesn't necessarily indicate extreme conditions. The scientific understanding of NAO patterns has advanced dramatically over the past decade, enabling meteorologists to provide this type of advanced pattern guidance with substantially higher confidence than was possible even 5 years ago. Let me synthesize the key actionable information from this NAO analysis for your family planning over the next month. First, the North Atlantic Oscillation revolution to negative phase delivers statistically increased likelihood of winter weather activity across eastern North America through January. Second, the transition we're experiencing now will accelerate over the upcoming week, with the most significant pattern establishment likely between December 24th and January 5th. Third, this pattern historically enhances nor'easter development potential and Great Lakes snow enhancement, affecting major population centers and transportation networks with increased frequency. Fourth, holiday travel timing becomes essential, with December 22nd through 25th offering the most reliable window for stable conditions. Fifth, winter weather preparedness becomes important now for areas that haven't required significant winter preparations during December's unusually mild beginning. This atmospheric pattern represents nature's method of returning to more characteristic winter conditions after an unusually warm and quiet start to the season across many regions. While this transition creates challenges for travel and daily activities, it also restores winter's natural advantages, including drought relief, snowpack development, and the seasonal beauty many have been missing. Understanding these patterns provides substantial advantages in planning and preparation that most people simply don't have access to. I'll continue monitoring the NAO revolution and provide updates as specific storm systems develop within this enhanced pattern, building on this foundation of pattern understanding. Remember that specific storm forecasts become available 5 to 7 days in advance, while this type of pattern analysis provides the essential context for longer-range planning and preparation strategies. This concludes our comprehensive analysis of the North Atlantic Oscillation Revolution and its implications for your family's holiday and winter weather planning. Knowledge provides confidence and preparation opportunities. Whether you're anticipating winter weather's return or hoping these patterns don't impact your region, understanding the science enables confident decision-making. In upcoming forecasts, I'll provide specific storm details as they develop within this enhanced pattern, giving you both comprehensive understanding and detailed timing you need. Until then, please share your observations about local weather changes in your area. Your reports help validate these pattern shifts as they unfold. Your local weather insights provide valuable confirmation of how these large-scale atmospheric patterns manifest differently across various communities and microclimates. May God's blessings be with you and your families during this Christmas season. Stay informed, stay prepared, and take care of one another as natural weather patterns return to our region.